Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to pick my June TBR, but before we can get to that, we need to talk about my May TBR. So as you can see, out of the 5 books that I picked for my May TBR, I still have 4 unfinished books. I am currently reading the autobiography of Eleanor Roosevelt. I have about 40 pages left. I'm going to finish this up today. It is also Sunday and May ends on Saturday, so I do have a couple more days to finish this, and I don't have to work tomorrow because of the holiday. So I think I will get maybe one. I'm going to finish this one today, and then I'm going to probably get to 1 or 2 more of these books. So I am not going to add these back to my TBR to choose from if I don't get to them or they don't finish. Then they'll just be back for July. So I'm going to set this whole stack out of the way for right now. And I also brought my Kindle over and I put it up on my TBR shelf this time, just in case I come across a prompt that doesn't fit any of my physical books, but might fit one that is a book on my Kindle, because I do have quite a few books there that I get through, like the First Reads program or Kindle Unlimited, that I want to get to and read. So I think that's all the stuff that I need to go over before we start. I also added a couple new books through either borrowing them or purchasing them. So those are available for me to choose from, but let's get started choosing from our prompts. I'm going to pick 5 again for June to just get back into reading. As you can probably tell, May was an incredibly busy month for me, so I didn't quite get through as many books as I wanted to. And I would also like to use the prompts to get The Hobbit onto my TBR. If not in the 5 prompts, then I will add that as a 6th book, because I want to continue doing my chapter a day challenge, so then I will have finished out the whole Lord of the Rings series / The Hobbit. Okay, I think that is everything now. So let's get picking our first prompt. Here's the first one. Sister's pick. So I am going to pick the rest of my TBR, and then I will come back to this one at the end, and I will either insert a picture here of what they picked, or I will insert another clip here for what they picked. So my sister texted me back and she told me to read Becoming by Michelle Obama. So this is going to be added to my June TBR for Sister's pick. So Sister's pick is going off to the side here on my little chair, so I remember to do that at the end. Okay, pick number 2. Reread a book. I actually recently bought one that will be a reread, and I think that might be the only one on here, but let me double check. So my reread is going to be This Is Where It Ends. This is a book that I checked out from my library a couple years ago, and it is one that the story has stuck with me. And so when I saw it at Target, when I went to purchase a different book, I really wanted to reread this. So this is perfect, and I've been thinking about this book since I bought it. It is a young adult book, so I am excited to reread this and remember why it has been so impactful for me. So a reread. Okay. Well, I didn't show you, but I did just pull this one out. My next pick number 3, book ending in an even number of pages. Let me take a look and see which ones and an even number of pages that I want to get to. Okay, in my version of The Hobbit, and I don't know if this is true for all of them, but the story itself, and I'm not including the map at the end, ends on page 276. So I am going to use The Hobbit for ends in an even number of pages. Glad I could get that one on the TBR without it to add an extra. Okay, scoot that one back in. Pick number, this will be 4. This one is a number in the title. Let's take a look. Okay, I don't have any physical books that have numbers in the title. So I'm going to take a look on my Kindle and see if I have any want to read ones that have a number in the title. So this might take a second because it's waking up. Okay, I found one on my Kindle. It is 4 Days of You and Me. This is one that I have downloaded on Kindle Unlimited a while ago. It is a young adult book by an author that I really enjoyed reading as a young adult. So for number in the title, I'm going to go with 4 Days of You and Me on my Kindle. Okay, so I think we'll add my Kindle to the stack here. So I remember that. So let's pick book number, what will be book number 5, and then I will send a message with my shelf to my sisters and see who answers first. And they can pick whatever they want. Okay, pick number 5. A mystery book. Let's see if I have any mysteries on here. I might have read most of them. I think I'm going to repick mystery because I just don't feel like I have anything that really fits that. So I'm gonna set this one off to the side. I'll add it back in because I'm sure I'll get new books in the coming months. So let's repick for number 5. Okay, let's see what this one is. Set in a different country. Let's see what I have. I found one that takes place in another country. It is The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood. This takes place in Canada. It says an influential Ontario family, and I'm going to assume that the setting is in Canada. So that is book number 5 and set in a different country. Okay, I'm going to add mystery book back in here so it can be picked at a later date. And then I will take a picture and add in what my sister or sisters choose. So here are my 5 books that I have on my June TBR. I almost said May TBR. June TBR. For sister's pick, it is this book. Reread a book. This is where it ends. Book set in another country. The Blind Assassin. Ends in an even number of pages. The Hobbit. And number in the title is going to be a book off my Kindle, The 4 Days of You and Me. So that is my TBR for June. I have a little bit of a mix and a surprise book with whatever my sisters choose for me to read. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.